Wonderful. Okay, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get started because it's 7:01 and I have a ton of content to drop on y'all. A ton of content. Last little thing before we get started, if you were wanting to share this with someone else, send them a quick little last minute message, just letting them know that we are live, we are getting started either on the Zoom or in the Facebook group. And we'll go ahead and rock and roll. So like I said, if you are just joining us, like pop in the chat where you're from, if it's cold, if it's warm, what it's like, because where I'm at, it's about ready to drop super cold tonight, about 15 degrees, and I am not a happy camper at all about it. My name is Kate Higdon. Just going to go ahead and kind of tell you a little bit about me. I'm going to be your host tonight. Full disclosure, I have tons of notes here. I mean, look at this, y'all. Check this out. I mean, okay, another full disclosure, it might be really wide print because I think that I've hit that age where I may need readers, but I'm in denial about it. So I'm just printing things really big, okay? So my name is Kate Higdon. I am from Owensboro, Kentucky. I'm going to be hosting this. We have another co-host that's going to be meeting and to answer things in the chat because once I start sharing my screen, I won't be able to see any of that. But I wanted to just kind of give you an idea of how I started with this journey. I started 3 years ago, this past December, but I started as a customer in the 1st of October 2016. I was a very, very tired mom, a very, very exhausted, self-employed person. My husband and I have owned our own business for 16 years, and my business became my nap space. I was taking a nap every afternoon in my office, or we have this huge viewing area for our clients, has a great couch. I go in there and take a nap sometimes. So exhausted. I told my husband, I feel like I'm dragging, like I'm walking through quicksand, and I was gaining weight very rapidly. I was moody, cranky, not really the best version of myself, to be honest. And one day, one of my clients, a good friend of mine, posted something on Facebook, and all it said was that she had started drinking this stuff and she felt like she was the mom her children deserved. And those words just really spoke to me. They spoke to my heart because I knew that I was not showing up as the mom that I wanted my children to have, right? I just wasn't that person. I was a fraction of the potential of the person that I could be. So I reached out to her. Her name's Stephanie, by the way. I love her. I'm very, very, very grateful to her. But I reached out to her and I'm like, okay, sister, what are you peddling? And those are literally the words I used because everybody's peddling something, right? Like all my friends, they all sell something. I've bought all their pills, their potions. I bought their makeup. I've bought their leggings. I've bought their candles. Like all my friends do stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, what are you peddling? And because they're my friends, you know, I'm always all in. I'm like, oh, I'll give it a shot. So she just asked me one very simple question. She said, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? And I'm going to repeat that question again because that is literally how you do this entire, how you get free ketones, how you do the business is this one question. What do you know about ketones and ketosis? And remember, this was 3 years ago. There was nothing about keto out there. I didn't know anything about a ketogenic diet. You couldn't go to the grocery store and buy keto stuff. There weren't magazines at the grocery store checkout line that said keto on them. There weren't books at the bookstore or Amazon that was about keto. It just wasn't a thing. And so I'm like, I don't know anything. And so what I did is I purchased a 5-day sample pack from her and I just started drinking it. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. So she brought it by my studio. I started drinking it. About 3 days in is when I realized I feel different. I really kind of thought that I was imagining it, like it was a placebo effect of some sort, but I was like, I feel different and I like this different. I want it to keep going. So I kept drinking it and kept drinking it. And honestly, that could be like the end of my story. But here's the thing, you guys. I drank it for 3 months. Not only did I get the energy, not only did I start sleeping great, not only did food start to stabilize. That December, I had lost over 30 pounds. But here's the thing, it was 3 months in, and I had not told anybody what I was doing. I hadn't told a soul what I was doing. And my husband didn't even know, because he'd have been like, really? Another thing? So I didn't tell anyone. And I still to this day feel guilty about that, because I think of all the people that I was exposed to during that time that I could have helped. But I didn't really know if I believed it was going to work for me. And I had all these reasons why I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be the peddler, right? Even though all my friends were. I just didn't want to be that person. So I never said anything. Now, here's the thing. So then December came along. December 15th is the day that I became a promoter. Like, I went from not talking about it at all to just saying, okay, I'm all in, I'm a promoter. And I can't keep my pie hole shut about it now at all. I actually posted the other day on Facebook, #sorry, not sorry, but I care more about other people than I care about what they think of me. And honestly, if you are interested in joining and partnering with us in this business at all, that's the only thing you got to know. I'm going to say that to you again. You got to care more about other people than you care about what they think of you. If you can do that, you're going to be really, really, really successful. So here's the thing. It would be super easy for me just to tell you, okay, that's the end of my story. Let's get on to the presentation. I love the product. It was great. I became a promoter. Awesome. But that would do a disservice to everyone on this call. And it took me a long time to tell the other part of my story, because I was more willing to show people my fat rolls and talk about how I lost weight, or tell people about how cranky and moody I was, before I was willing to tell them the other part of my story. So after spending about 8 years in and out of the hospital with various medical challenges, my husband and I found ourselves in a very, very financial bind. When you're self-employed, your medical insurance is pretty much yuck, and if it exists at all, and there's no paid sick leave, and it's just not something that when you're building the American dream that you plan for. You just don't. When you're in your 30s, you just don't think those things are going to happen. And so we found ourselves extremely broke. We found ourselves in debt. Our American dream literally turned into the American nightmare. And on December 12th of 2016, 3 days before I became a promoter, the mailman knocked on my door and delivered foreclosure papers on our house. Probably one of the lowest moments of my life as an adult, just having that, wow, I failed, right? Like, I failed. And the thing is like, we couldn't work more hours. We couldn't put in more time. There just wasn't an option. And so at that point, it's December 15th, foreclosure papers, not $5 left on a credit card. We're done. Like, we're over. And my mom was in visiting from Iowa. Some of you might know my mom. She's a hoot. So my mom was in visiting from Iowa. And I'm like, well, she was asking me about what I was drinking, and I was telling her, and I'm like, but I got to stop. I can't keep drinking it. I can't afford it. Yada, yada. And she's like, whoa, no, you're going to keep drinking this, young lady. And I'm like, okay, Mom, that's great, but no, I can't. She's like, oh no, I haven't seen you in months, and you are the daughter I had in her early 20s. Like, you are the old Kate. Like, you are not going back. Like, you're going to keep drinking this. And I'm like, Mom, I can't. She grabbed me by the chin. I don't know if you guys have ever had the mom that like grabs you by the chin. Like, that was my mom, and she's scary. She can be scary, right? So she grabbed me by the chin and she said, listen here, little sister, this is what's going to happen. I know what this is. You're going to start sharing this with other people, and it's going to change their lives. And that in turn is going to change yours. So on December 15th, my mom fronted me and completely paid for my promoter pack for me to become a promoter and join Pruvit on December 15th. And that's how I got started. And I'm just going to tell you one other little note about my mama. You don't ever want to owe my mama money. So as soon as those promoter packs came in, I was like slinging those ketones like crazy, right? Like the tones were flying because I was going to pay my mama back. And I sold all those sample packs. I didn't give them away. I sold all those sample packs and was able to pay my mama back really, really quickly, within 2 weeks, actually. So where did I go from there? So within 6 weeks of joining Pruvit as a promoter, we were completely out of foreclosure. Within 6 months, we were credit card debt free. Within 2 years, we were traveling with our family to like places like New York City, which I'm from Kentucky, so that's like a big deal. To New York City, to San Diego, California, went paragliding. Let's see, we went to Paris, France, my daughter and I, all these amazing things. Within 3 years, we bought our dream home, which is where I'm at right now. And this fall, we were able to pay for our daughter's entire first year of college completely with cash. How did that happen? We're going to talk about that tonight on this call. But number one, what I want you guys to understand is I worked with my team leaders. Like I worked with the community. I plugged in with the community. I took every coaching. I took every piece of advice that they would give me. I could not get enough. I was like, give me more, give me more, give me more. I attended as many events as I humanly could. And at this point, since I've started, I have not ever missed an event ever. And I got on all the training calls and I just went to work. Like I went to work. My situation, very different than a lot of people. I get it. Like I'm just super excited to share this with all of you. Some of you, you're searching for just a little side hustle, like a little extra cash. You're not losing your house, right? Like maybe it's something where you just need to pay for groceries. Like I have been the person who went to the grocery store and before checkout had to go and check the bank account and make sure that there was enough money in the bank to cover the groceries. I have been the person who's had to decide between groceries and gas. Like, some people, like that burden of a grocery bill off their family would make a huge impact. Maybe you're people, like you need new tires on your car and you have no idea how you're going to get that extra. Because most people, okay, hold on. My computer's doing, do you guys see anything on my computer right now, Wendy? I just got a pop up, of course. I have no idea what this is. So, okay, there we go. So, like that will happen to me. That happens to me. Some of you want to pay for your kids to do travel ball. Like if you've ever had travel baseball or soccer or anything like that stuff's crazy. My daughter did dance competitions. All that was expensive. It took that little extra money. And most of us, we work and you work every week and you make the same amount of money every single week. It's the same every week. There's no extra to be made. Right? Unless you're in sales or you're getting bonuses or things like that, it's pretty much the same every week, right? So these extras are so difficult. You have to save and save and save. Maybe you need to buy a new car. You've got a kid that needs a new car. Maybe you want to go on a vacation. Maybe you want to take your lovey out for Valentine's Day tomorrow and you don't want to have to look at the prices on the menu. You just want to let your lovey order whatever they want, have a bottle of wine, not worry about the price, whatever, if you do that sort of thing, and just have a good time, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want more, if you're looking for more, take the coaching, show up, do the activities consistently, and you can make anything happen with this platform. So what I'm going to do now is kind of share my screen. We're going to talk about what it looks like to be a prover, what your options are as you partner with us. We're going to hear a couple of stories from some amazing people who truly inspire me. So I'm going to try, again, this is totally new technology here. I'm going to share my screen here. Everything's moving like super slow. Okay, here we go. And let me pull up my PowerPoint. Okay, me know if y'all can see that. Can we see it? Okay, awesome. All right. So, hey, Wendy, give me a thumbs up. Can you see me or do you just see the screen? Just the screen? Okay, cool. All right, so who are we? Let's start with that first. This is our sneak peek into who we are. So who are the people that make up this particular team? Well, first of all, we are not any different than any of you watching. We're moms, we're dads, we're grandparents, we're college students, nurses, teachers, photographers, firemen, cashiers, pharmacists. We even have a physician on our team, x-ray techs, hairstylists, factory workers, trainers, pastors, volunteers. I mean, y'all, like we're all of it, all right? We're all of it. We have promoters on our team from ages 18 to 82, from people who have zero, not even a high school diploma, to people who have a doctorate degree. This business is the level playing field. It's the only business that I know that truly is a level playing field. It's the business where the underdog can win, which is what I love, because when I came in, I felt like an underdog. I felt like my back was against the wall, and I wanted to know that if I worked hard, it would pay off. Like, that's what I wanted to know. And it has more than any type of industry I've ever been a part of. So who are we? Our products. We're going to go over this briefly because I know that most of you are already drinking the product, or you might have a sample pack. You might be on a 10-day drink ketones challenge. I don't know, but most of you probably have some frame of reference on our products. So NAT, Nutritionally Advanced Technology, that is the headliner for our company of our products. It supports healthy cell function, rapidly repairs DNA, boosts immune function, and elevate essential amino acids necessary for optimizing body composition. So that's a whole bunch of cool science words, right? That's like what the smart people say. But what I will tell you, what's really cool about our business is you don't have to be an expert to know any of that. You don't have to know the fancy words. You don't have to know things like beta-hydroxybutyrate. You never have to be an expert, because what I'm going to tell you, I want you to listen very carefully. This is a trap that a lot of people get into, especially our people who are really scientifically minded, like my husband, because this is not a supplement, by the way. This is true technology, okay? This is biotechnology, right? And because it's very cool, people love to talk about all of that. But what I'm going to tell you is your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people you know from church, the people who your kids go to school with, they don't really care what it is. They only care what it does. And that is really, really, really important as we move forward with this conversation. All you got to know is what it does and what it's done for you. So another thing just to mention is we have lots of amazing patents, multiple patents. What's really cool is we were at a Keto Academy, which is the largest ketone and ketosis conference in the world. It was in Louisville, Kentucky last year. And there was a doctor from Ireland who's tested like all these ketone products on the market, because see, once Pruvit brought ketones to the marketplace, to the general population, we were the originals. We were the absolute originals to bring this to people to be able to drink. But a lot of people kind of saw like opportunity, and they started throwing the word keto on everything. And so this doctor in Ireland decided to test all these products. And what's very cool about Keto Nat, our product, is that it is the only product, it's the only blend that is 100% bioidentical to your body. And it's also the only one that is naturally created through a natural fermentation process. It is not synthetically made. Like, this is the good stuff. This is the stuff your body actually recognizes and utilizes to get all those amazing benefits. Like, this is the real deal. This isn't something that you drink and you just excrete. This is, you drink it, your body absorbs it, you are in blood level therapeutic ketosis within 60 minutes. And if people don't believe you, They can actually blood test it and find out. And we do have people who like to do that, like my husband. So what are the benefits? This is the stuff people care about, right? So benefits. Muscle preservation, really amazing also for people who are working out, people who are losing weight, because a lot of times when you lose weight, if you're doing it rapidly, you can lose muscle. We don't want that to happen. Ketones preserve muscle preservation. This is also extremely important for our aging population. Very, very important. Because as you age, I think it's 50 years old and older, you start losing about a pound of muscle a year. So muscle preservation is very important. It helps with fat loss. I've used it as a tool to lose over 70 pounds. I've kept that off for over 2 years. And it works because it gives you that awesome appetite control. You've got the mental clarity, which is my husband's favorite, and focus. The energy, which is my favorite benefit. The better skin, which is why my teenagers drink it. Better sleep, better mood, all of these things. Like, I want you guys to really read through these benefits and try to think of someone that doesn't need one of these. I mean, that's hard, right? Like, that's hard. It's hard to find someone who doesn't need at least one of these things. So when you're reading through these benefits, I do want you to be thinking to yourself, like, okay, Sally has been talking about every day. She comes to work, she's exhausted, she hits the snooze button 6 times. She's falling asleep at her desk every afternoon. Or how about Bob, who says he cannot sleep, he can't fall asleep. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning before he falls asleep, and then he feels like he has to get up again. How about your mom, who has horrible mood challenges and she's like an emotional roller coaster? Like, there are so many people that need these benefits, so I want you to be thinking about that, right? Awesome. So here's another thing as we start to talk about your business, right? So what's cool about Pruvit is it's $37 promoter. This is an annual membership, $37 a year. We have promoter packs that are optional and highly, highly encouraged. Like, I encourage everyone to get a promoter pack because I understand the business value of them, but it's not mandatory. But before we get into those options, I want to take just a tiny step back and talk about why health and wellness. Why health and wellness? Why is that the business for me? Why is it so, I don't know, why are so many people drawn to the health and wellness industry? So here's the truth. Like, I probably could have joined any of my friends' businesses, network marketing businesses, candles, makeup, whatever. And probably if I loved the product, I probably could have been pretty successful at it. But here's the thing. I wouldn't have been fulfilled. Let me say that again. I wouldn't have been fulfilled. The cool thing about health and wellness is you're doing something that is impacting people on such a basic level. Like, we're talking about their health. Like, there's nothing more crucial, more important than anyone than their health. You're not only gifting them by sharing about health and wellness to them, you're gifting their entire family because you may have just impacted their life to where you've added years to their life. How much do you think that is worth to their children, to their spouses, to their loved ones, right? Like, there is nothing I wouldn't give to have my husband healthy, right? There's nothing. And so the reason I think fulfillment and I think health and wellness is, like, I think about the person who introduced this to me, Stephanie, and I take my own health for granted. We all do. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm healthy. That's great. But what I really value is that she made a choice to share this conversation with me, and that impacted my husband's health. He's lost 90 pounds. Our life insurance company actually came to us and said, you guys should probably reevaluate your policy. Jason had all the same blood tests done. We got to double his life insurance policy for the same premium because he had gotten so much healthier. Like, that to me is fulfillment, right? Like, how good does Stephanie get to feel knowing that she shared this conversation with us, and that's where we're at? And all for $37. So $37 starts your business. It also starts the trajectory of your impact, your legacy. So $37. As a person who's owned a brick and mortar business for 16 years, I'm going to tell you $37 to start a business is crazy. Like, I don't know any other business that you can start for $37. Like, when we started our business 16 years ago, we had to cash in Jason's 401k. We were saying this was going to be our investment. This was going to be our retirement, right? So $37 is just an awesome, awesome way to start. The promoter packs. There are 3 different options, and we're going to go over those. We have the starter pack, we have the pro pack, and we have the MVP. Now remember, all of these are optional, and you always want to talk to the person who invited you to this call and ask them specific questions, find out what their advice is on what you should get started with. But first, why would you even want a promoter pack? What's the benefit? So some people are going to want to taste the flavors before they start drinking it. Remember, I started with a 5-day sample pack. That's how I started. That's how I started my business, because I bought that, well, let's face it, my mama bought that promoter pack, and I started slinging those ketones in 5-day sample packs like crazy because I wanted them down people's esophaguses. I wanted them to taste it. I wanted them to know it wasn't icky. I wanted them to know that it tastes well, that we had a lot. Well, back then we didn't have as many flavors as y'all have now. I sound like the person that's like back in the olden days, but like y'all have so many awesome flavors. Like I'm jelly. I did not have those options when I started with my friends. I was like, okay, so you might not like the orange. It was not as easy. But you're going to want to sell those sample packs. So when you're selling those, y'all, you're making that money back from those promoter packs. So it's kind of a no risk situation right there, because you're going to be making money as you're selling those. The faster you can get these out into the market, the faster your business is going to grow. And that's exactly, like I said, what I did to kickstart my business. So as you're looking at these, you can kind of, if you can see your screen, you can see a breakdown on here. The starter pack has 80 servings. The pro pack has 160. MVP has 240, which 40 of those are the keto, the unleashed. So that's major. That's like next level keto nut. Like, yeah, that's next level. That's actually what I drank this afternoon, so I could be really on top for you all tonight on this call. And then you can kind of see the different breakdowns. We're going to talk about the other bonuses that come with those. So other reasons why you're going to want a promoter pack. A lot of people enjoy having keto life parties to share the conversation. A keto life party is just meeting up with some of your friends, shaking up some ketones, pouring them in some glasses and letting them taste it. That's a keto life party. And so you want to have different flavors, different options for them to try at your keto life party. Some people love to do tables and booths at like our kids have the fall festival, or here in our town, we have the barbecue festival coming up in May. And so I know we'll have some team members out there with a little table. Everybody does this a little differently, but at those tables, you may want to have some of your samples available for people to try. And you're going to want to sell those 5 and 10 day sample packs too. Okay. Second, you get extra benefits. Let's talk about double direct bonuses. All right. The starter pack does not have any double direct bonuses, but the pro and the MVP does. So double direct means, let's say you join today and about 5 days later, and by the way, you're going to think when you join, nobody wants to join you. That's what everybody thinks. That's what I thought. I can see Wendy. She's the only person's face. That's what Wendy thought. Like everybody thinks nobody's going to want to do this with you. And then as soon as you start going and you're excited and they see that enthusiasm, you start getting messages like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I want in. I want in. And so if you have anybody join you as a promoter within your first 14 days, when they purchase their promoter pack, you're going to earn double commissions on that. If you got the MVP pack, that goes for 30 days from the day you joined. So that's a lot of extra bonus money that you can earn with the double direct. So that's an awesome bonus. You get benefit. You get discounts on Pruvit gear, event tickets, branding packs, all kinds of things to help you grow your business. You're going to get. Third, and this is important, and I was talking to Lindsay that's going to talk in a little bit. We were discussing this, but another benefit to purchasing a promoter pack is you are invested. And I think that this is important to talk about because you're more motivated when you're invested, right? Like you can do the $37 and you can start a business tonight. You can earn bonuses, you can earn commissions day one. You totally can. You can start running. When you purchase a promoter pack, it puts a little more emphasis on you of like, whoa, I want to go. Like I'm invested and I want to run. Like think how invested I was when my mama, who's on a fixed income, put a promoter pack, which it was, the cost of it at that time was in between the pro and the MVP. It was about $1,000. And she put that on her credit card. How motivated do you think I was to start slinging some tones, right? Like I was like, let's get ketones down people's throat as soon as possible. Let's make mama's money back. So that is another reason that I find it from a business standpoint beneficial. And fourth, you guys, you can't lose money here. There's no risk because you're purchasing these packs, you're purchasing all this product, you're saving money doing it, and you're either going to drink it yourself, which heck yeah, we're going to do that. Your family might start drinking it, or you're going to sell those as 5 and 10 day sample packs, experience packs. So there's not really a whole lot of risk here involved. So if you have questions about these packs, make sure, like I said, that you get with the person who invited you to this call so you can talk to them about it. What I want to do real quick is I would like to hear from a couple of other promoters that have very different experiences than me, because I think it's just nice to hear different perspectives. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a second. And let me see. Oh, look at all y'all's happy faces. Awesome. So the first person that I'm going to have on here has been really awesome watching her business grow. We were at an event together. I think it was LCD, Leadership Coaching Dynamics, which is super cool that our company have all these amazing opportunities to learn about leadership, if that's a passion for you and that's something that you want to do. She's at all of our events. She just keeps plugging into our community, and I've just really enjoy being friends with her too. So Lindsay, can you unmute real quick?
Hello.
Hello, love. So can you tell everybody on here a little bit about you and your prover story?
Sure. Thanks for having me on here, first of all. So my name is Lindsay Carter. I live in Central Kentucky. I'm originally from Western Kentucky, and I have been drinking ketones now for 3 years. Actually, February 10th, 2017 was when I officially started drinking ketones. So just a smidge about me before I get into the amazing part of ketones is I'm a mom of 2 redheaded boys. We're entering teenage years, so y'all throw out some extra prayers for that. But I am married to Justin Carter, who's actually from Owensboro, where Kate's at. So he's a pastor. I'm a pastor's wife. I worked full-time when I started drinking ketones, and then through some moves, I'm now a stay-at-home mom. So with that being said, I did not quit my regular job to come into ketones. However, it has provided finances that we never would have had, that has allowed us to do amazing things. And so 3 years ago, I was sitting on a bench at a basketball game with my friend Amy, and Amy starts talking about something new she's doing. I'm talking about I've gained 30 pounds. It's the first time in my life I've been heavier than when I was pregnant, and so I want something for that. So she is like, listen, what I'm doing, I don't just jump into anything, but I have to tell you about ketones. And so I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, this is like every other program. I've done this, this, and this, like Kate says, I'll be the friend, I'll support you. But then I was like, I'll do it for 5 months at the most and I'll quit. And that was what my mindset was. And so I thought about it and I came back to it, and Amy said, hey, I'm going to do an online boot camp, but the kicker is I need you to buy some ketones if you're going to join this for my coaching. So I was like, fine, I'm motivated, I need the exercise, let's do this. So I jumped in, and like Kate said, flavors have changed over the last 3 years. I jumped in with Orange Dream, and oddly, the more you drink ketones, you just love them all, and you just adapt to them. So Orange Dream was what my jam was for 2 months. And so in 2 months, I saw energy. I saw life start coming back. I saw just a difference in my mood and sleep and all the benefits that they talk about. I saw energy immediately, but those other things within 60 days I saw. So with all that, occasionally within the next 5 months, because that, I had said that's the time that I gave myself to say, I'm not gonna do this. I'll be able to figure it out myself after that. So Julia Roberts, who's also in our community, and Amy, they kind of like come into messages all the time, and they're like, you could make some money with this, and everybody. The joke was I was the mayor of Henderson, and so I'm like, okay, I mean, I do know people, but like, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think that anybody would ever want to do what I was doing. I didn't even think that they would watch me and do that. And so 5 months in, I decided to join the business. I was like, why not? Let's do this. And so I joined, and I stayed consistent at what I did. I was still drinking the product. I still shared. There's some things going back, like what I know now, things I could do different. And that's things that, it's in the past, and you can't go back to that. So what I have learned though, is that, staying consistent is the main thing. I didn't hit some of the incentives like Kate just explained, some of the things that you can hit to make extra money in the first little bit. And being completely transparent, that got me down a little bit, and it kind of made me think, can I really do this? And you learn a lot about yourself in this business. And I know Kate can tell you, you learned so much. That leadership conference we went to, you find all kinds of things out about yourself, good and bad, but only ways to better yourself. And so with that being said, I did keep going. I stayed consistent. About 9 months later, I start seeing people come into my message box, and they're like, okay, what are you doing? We've watched you for a year. And so I'm like, okay, here it is. And I actually signed my first promoter after a year. So it was a long thing, but I just kept going. I just knew that this was something I wanted to do. I believed in the product. I went to the events, and I clung to what I had, and I just kept going. So that same fuel has now given me the confidence. I would have never got on the screen and talked or shared my story. It's given me confidence. It's given me the ability at the age of 38 to run my first half marathon, and that I never thought I would do. And so because of Pruvit and this company, I'm a better wife. I'm a better mom. I have the ability to pay off extra debt. I have got to travel to events with Pruvit that my commission has paid for. I got to travel to Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is not cheap, y'all. So we got to do things like that. My dryer went out. I could name time after time. I joined the business really to make $20 a month. That sounds insane, but my goal was to pay for my tax and shipping on my product. I was getting the product for free. I just wanted $20. And so that way I could be like, well, our family's not out anything for the thing that I'm doing and I love. And there was no mom guilt. So $20 was a long time ago. $20, I made that quick. I mean, so whether your goals are small or your goals are big, that was the thing that started me, but it's not the thing that keeps me. The thing that keeps me is the community. That's the biggest thing I love about Pruvit. It's not like any community I've ever been around. It introduces you to people all over the world. I have team members that are in Canada now that I would have never met, that I would have never known. I have friends in South Carolina, Georgia, everywhere. But they're all people with the same common goal, and they want you to be better. So like Kate said, plug in. It's a great community to join, but staying plugged in is where it's at, and it only gets better from here. So
I love it. I love that you joined to make $20. I did not even know that was your goal. But you know how many people do that? Like they join because because you get 2 customers, you get your product free, and you still got that little shipping and tax. You're like, ooh, I don't know. Like especially moms, like we have that mom guilt. You're like, oh, I feel bad. I don't want to take away from the family budget, and that now look, you're doing so great, and you're just rising up in ranks and doing awesome. Able to buy a dryer like that.
yeah.
Nobody likes to go buy dryers. I'm just kidding.
No.
So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I appreciate it. we're going to hear a different voice. We're going to hear from a feller because, yeah, we got lots of guys on our team as well. Actually, our top leaders on our team are fellers, and we love them. So, Vaughn, if you can unmute.
Hey, Kate. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So can you kind of tell everybody a little bit about it? Who you are, what your prover story, what that has been like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I also want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. And just, this journey has been amazing for me. For you guys that don't know me, I'm Vaughn Hendricks, and I'm from sunny South Florida, the East Coast. And I live in Boynton Beach with my beautiful girlfriend, Daniela Yanez. I have 3 boys, a 21-year-old, his name is Dalton, and a 19-year-old, his name is Derek, and then a 9-year-old, his name is Dawson. So we like the D's. But yeah, this community and this business, when I got started, I didn't know anything about this kind of an industry. I didn't know what I was getting into. All I knew was I didn't believe in the product when when it was introduced to me. I've always been an athlete. I've always worked out. I've always played sports. And, when somebody asked me if I knew anything about ketones or ketosis, I said, no, I don't, because I didn't. And he continued to ask me. And finally I said, you know what, let me check it out. And he showed me a little campfire video. And I said, well, that makes sense. And if it works the way that you say it's going to, it seems like it'd be pretty awesome. So at the time, I got a 5-day experience, and I tried it out, and I really felt like I was feeling something, but I was passing off the placebo effect because I didn't want to believe in it, right? So when that happened, I came back and I got another 5-day experience. And then after my 7th serving, I took it that day and I went to bed. The next morning that I woke up and my mental focus was absolutely crazy. I kind of explained to people like I was almost seeing things in slow motion, and it sounds crazy, but it's really how it was. My mental focus and my alertness was so high. It was like having tunnel vision. And, back in high school, they gave me Ritalin for being ADD and my mind always going everywhere. And the one thing I remember about utilizing that is that the tunnel vision focus that I had. So when I sat behind my school book, I could actually sit there and do my work without thinking about baseball, football, cars, girls. You know what I mean? I was actually focused. And when I felt that, when I jumped up that next morning, it immediately brought me back to that. That's the kind of focus that I had. And I said, wow, okay, something is real here. And then I started passing it around to some of my family members, not telling them exactly what it was. But I was doing my own science experiment, if you will. So I was asking them, hey, how you feeling? How's it going? And they were feeding me back all this information. I was like, okay, something's going on here. So from that point forward, I went back and I said, listen, I don't know how this works, but I need to get involved. And he said, okay, well, you can get a month's supply. I said, no, I feel so amazing that I need to share this with my whole family. My brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, everybody I love needs to feel the way that I'm feeling right now. And I didn't jump into this opportunity looking for an opportunity. I owned my own pool business at the time. And at that time, I had owned it for about 9 years. And all I knew was I felt amazing, and I needed to share with everybody that I love because I needed them to feel the same way that I was feeling. So truly, I was ignorance on fire, if you will. I was shaking it up for everybody. And I was doing what I tell everybody not to do now. I was just giving out free ketones everywhere. I'm shaking it up, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it. I do not suggest that. The only way I suggest that is if you're going to sit there and drink it with them. I don't give any free packages out because there's no value behind it, and they tend not to drink it. So, that being said, I jumped on with the promoter pack. I came in, I bought the promoter pack, and I got started. And at that time, my grandmother was in her last stages of hospice, and she was actually passing away from Alzheimer's. So I went up to Alabama, and I came with duffel bags full of ketones. I was going to save the world. And I went up there, and I was shaking ketones. Everybody was feeling amazing. So when I came back, I still continued to run my pool business for probably about a year and a half into it. Right now, I'm 3.5 years into Pruvit. Probably about a little over a year ago, year and a half ago, I was able to sell the pool business because to me, this is more than money. I mean, the money is great, but the heartfelt warmness that you get when you're helping others become the best version of themselves. The messages that I could show you on my phone where people tell me the things they tell me, I'm like, that's what we do it for, you know. You really need to have a giving aspect in this, and that's really what this is about. It's about giving, not taking. And since then, I've really been able to switch my mindset. This stuff is truly brain fuel. And what it does is it tends to start to shift how you think, shift how you feel about food. And once you can start to do that, you don't crave carbs and sugars and things anymore. Now, all of a sudden, when you can change your mind, you can change your body, you can change your spirit. And that's where I really became lined up. And once that happened, things truly just started to fall into place, if you will. So now being 3.5 years into Pruvit, some of the great benefits that I have from, accepting this opportunity and jumping in is, I'm a ranked 6 champion now, and we get a car payment paid for, through the Pruvit community. I've been able to sell my pool business, which it sounds nice owning your own business, but like I heard you saying earlier, there's a cost to all that. Getting into a pool business, people don't think about workman's comp. People don't think about insurance. People don't think about all the equipment, everything that you have. So for me, it was $1,000 investment to get into this, and it was a no-brainer. It was like, so for $1,000, I can have my own business. Basically, I can have my own franchise, if you will, right? Because from this, now all of a sudden, when you start to share, everybody starts feeling so great that they want to jump on board with you. And I always tell people, don't worry in the very beginning about, selling a product. Get your experience. Once you get your experience, people organically are going to come to you and go, what's different about you? Why are you taller? Why do you look more confident? How are you 20 pounds down? How are you 10 pounds down? And then it's an organic thing. And the greatest thing with our community is, share it with 2 people and you get free ketones. I mean, what's better than that? You don't have to be a prover to do that. And then from there, organically, the opportunity just kind of falls right behind it, because who stops at 2, right? You don't stop at 2 and go, hey, you know what? I want to be selfish and not share with anybody else. No, you continue to share, through your experience. And so I was able to sell my pool business, and now I'm no longer, trading time for money, if you will. Even though I own my own business, anytime I was to go away, I had 350 customers that have my phone number, and I never was away. So, I never had anybody that I could actually lean on, depend on, a team, if you will, like we do here at Pruvit, the community, things like that. If I need to take some time off, I have other people around me that can help me out. And when I own my own business, it wasn't that way. So the passion I have for what we do and where we're at with this, I'll say one more thing before I jump off. Due to the community and the events, if everything ended today, there's not enough gratitude that I could give for the self-development that I've gotten. 3.5 years later, I am not the person that I was 3.5 years ago. Absolutely not at all. I'm a totally different person. I owe that to our community. I owe that to our culture. I owe that to our events. I highly suggest this. We have an event coming up, and if you're just looking at this still as an opportunity, take the opportunity to look at this as like an interview. Come to our event, check it out. It's going to be in Dallas, and the events are something that are next level. You will not be, Keto Academy and more is what this one is. You're going to get a day full of science. You're going to get a day full of researchers, doctors, scientists. You're going to get blown away by the amount of information that you're going to get. And then more, forget it. Like, that's what did it for me. Joseph McClendon III, absolutely amazing. We get to hear from David Goggins again. If you guys have never checked out David Goggins, I've seen him 4 times now. Absolutely amazing. No matter how much you pay for these events, and it's minimal, I promise you, the value you get out of it surpasses and exceeds what you're going to be paying to get there. So with that, Kate, I appreciate you having me on and allowing me to share my story. And I encourage each and everybody else to do that too. Inspire on. A lot of people say, well, you know what? Nobody wants to hear my story. Your story resonates with somebody. Your story started somewhere. So share that story, because giving back to others, and I say this a lot of times, I'm like, throughout the day, stop for 5 minutes, give somebody a hug and a smile and listen to what they have to say. And you don't know how that can change their minute, their day, their life. You don't know what other people are walking through. So for you not to share your story and your journey, to me, it's kind of selfish. You really need to get it out there to help others.
I love it. And I love your heart, Vaughn. Do y'all feeling him right now? Are y'all feeling you some Vaughn heart right there? I'm just going to tell y'all that is part of the Pruvit world right there. Like that, what his heart right there is what you feel when you go to our events. And I would say Keto Academy and more is kind of like taking a science seminar mixed with a Beyonce concert, mixed with a Tony Robbins event. And there you go. That's Keto Academy and more. So for sure, I love that. Thank you so much. I love the gratitude. I love all of that. Thank you. So I'm coming back to share this one more time. I want to go to our next slide. Hopefully I can. Here we go. All right. So I think what's really, really cool about our business is that these, and by the way, these are just little snippets of different people that we have in our community. There's thousands of them. This is only a few. But we're all very different. Like I'm very different from Lindsay, who's very different from Vaughn. It's very different from all the different people that that you'll encounter in our community. We're all very different. We have different reasons for joining. We have different ways of sharing. We have a variety of personalities, yet we all use the same process. We all use the simple process. We attract people to the community. We connect them to resources and then enroll people. No matter if you're a brand new person or you're a seasoned veteran, we all follow the same simple process. You do not have to be an expert. You do not have to know how to do network marketing. You don't have to be any kind of guru. You don't have to be a salesperson, any of that, right? So one of the greatest ways to jumpstart your business is a tool that Pruvit has given us. It is the 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge. And this is really what propels our business every month. It's a very robust way to get people started. Some of you may be doing this right now. You might be in your 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge, or maybe you joined six to 10 months ago and we didn't have this then. So this might be new information for you. But it's lots of product. It includes email support, a go guide that steps you through how to do it. You're one step away from the 8-week challenge that takes you even one more step toward your goal or the people that you're talking to, kind of moves them down the field. And it's really just an awesome way to test drive. Like Vaughn said, like he didn't feel it right away, right? But on day 7, and I wonder if, and Vaughn, were you drinking 1 a day or 2 a day back then?
I was drinking 1 a day, but I'm an all-in kind of guy. So
yeah.
It ramped up really quick when I started feeling
right?
good. Okay.
So just imagine if you had started with 2 a day from the very beginning, you probably would have felt it even sooner. So with the 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge, people are only one step away from blocking a lot of other things. If they add SmartShip, they're going to pass the 10-day Drink Ketones Challenge. It extends into an 8-week challenge where they get celebrity coaching. We got to meet them in Vegas not too long ago. One of them is a trainer for the WWE. She's amazing. She absolutely is obsessed with our product. Like I don't know for those of you that were in Vegas, but when you heard Tori talking about her obsession with Keto Nat, I was loving it. And then also one of our coaches was previously a coach on The Biggest Loser. So like they're legit, like it's a real thing. You get digital guides, food, exercise, exclusive prizes, lots of awesome stuff. So it's just an easy way to kind of start conversations. Like, you know, people are asking you, they're responding to your story and how you are feeling. Why do you have so much more energy? Why did you lose 10 pounds? How did you do this? How did you do that? And you start this conversation with them and you're like, well, why don't you do this 10-day Drink Ketone Challenge with me? Do you want to do this challenge with me? And it's such an easy way to get the conversation going with people. It's a very, very low entry point. for investment. It's only $99. You get your own challenge website for your customers. And your only job is just to attract people to the conversation and just kind of get them started with the challenge, and then you take them through the process from there. So let's talk a little bit about Pruvit and what it means to kind of join, what kind of a company we are, where we're going. So we are currently in all the countries listed off to the left, the States, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Macau, Malaysia, Mexico, New Zealand, Singapore, and Taiwan. And next level, we're opening in Europe in 2 months. It's going to be official. So that's amazing. This is a very, very, very exciting time to be a part of Pruvit as we're doing this global expansion. So it's a company that just keeps growing. We are completely debt-free. We've been in business for 5 years, completely debt-free. That is very, very rare. I'm going to say that again because it's true. That is very rare for a business of this size and this magnitude to be doing this global expansion to be debt-free. So that is huge. That's it's just a huge selling point. Because that gives us stability. That also gives us leverage to grow. So I love that. Let's see, other things. Let's talk about commission. Let's talk about free products. Let's talk about bonuses, right? Everybody wants to know, like, how do we make money? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you something that Vaughn kind of alluded to. Here's the thing. Full disclosure. I can't guarantee that you are going to earn free product. I can't guarantee that you're going to make $5 or like Lindsay was looking for $20 extra a month. I can't guarantee that. But like Vaughn said, there's 2 things that we can guarantee if you plug into this community. Number one, you are going to be surrounded by the most positive people you've ever met in your life. People like Vaughn and Lindsay, like huge hearts, care about people, looking for fulfillment and impact on others, right? Second of all, you're going to become a better version of yourself. So much personal development, so much about gratitude. And it's like Vaughn said, I experienced the same thing. Once my health got right, my mind got right, my spirit got right. And then it was like unlimited growth potential of where my heart could go. And that is all because of joining this business. So how do you earn money? Let's talk about free product first. All of our customers and promoters can earn free NAT, Keto NAT. The program is basically you're a SmartShip customer and you refer 2 other SmartShip customers. Once you've done that, the next month, you're going to start earning your Keto NAT free. You continue to earn it free as long as those 2 people keep paying for their product. The only thing you're going to have to pay for is shipping and tax, which is stuck in my head now. Or you can be like Lindsay and become a promoter to cover that shipping and tax. Commissions. So once you're a promoter, you will earn commissions on all your personal customers. And we literally have team members who have earned a free car just on their personal customers alone, which is crazy. That means they did not add team members, no extra promoters. It was just all their personal customers. And that's another thing that makes our company very unique in the network marketing space. Number one, we're debt-free. Number 2, we average 58 customers to 1 promoter. Not very common. And that's just a huge testament to the technology behind the product. Like, it's real legit science. Another way to earn commission is to grow your team by finding other people who want to partner with you and sharing this conversation. Like, I know I have a couple of guests watching right now, and that was literally my question was like, hey, I think this would be amazing. Have you ever thought of partnering with me and helping me to spread this conversation? This is how you start to really make a huge impact and start to build what I call a legacy. Because a legacy goes so far beyond your own personal space, right? And then we have bonuses. So we have an amazing bonus program. I honestly can't even name all the different bonuses that you can earn with Pruvit because there's so many different ones. But the one that you want to focus on when you first join Pruvit is the Go Challenge. It's listed down here below. In your first 2 weeks, you can earn a $250 cash bonus. First 30 days, it's $500. And that also, with the $250 and the $500, you also earn an extra $100 in free product. Hey, hey-o, that's awesome. We like some free keto. And that's on top of your commission. Okay, that's on top of your commission, and work with your sponsor in having them show you, like, okay, what do I have to do to get this bonus? Where do I need to check? What do I need to check in my back office to see where I'm at? They'll share with you, and we have videos on that as well, of how many boxes of Keto Nat or how many canisters of Keto S Pro you need to get out into the market in order to hit those bonuses. Now, that first 90-day bonus is a $1,000 bonus. How do you get that? If you help 5 people get the $500 bonus, you get a $1,000 bonus. Okay? I love that. I love that because it's not about you. It's about helping other people. I don't know. I'm sensing a theme here. I'm sensing a theme. It's impacting other people, right? Here's the cool thing, you guys. Let's go back to those promoter packs. The large one, the MVP pack, if you get that pack, instead of $1,000, you get a $2,000 bonus, all for helping 5 people get that $500 bonus. So I love, love, love that the company gives us incentives to help other people, that it's not just about us. Because here's the truth. This is something I know for a fact. If you want to get something, if there's something that you want to get, somewhere where you want to go, the quickest way to get there is to help a whole bunch of other people get what they want. It really, really, really is the truth. So beyond those bonuses, we have MVP multiplier that you can get every single month. That's a $250 cash bonus. I go for that every month. Vaughn mentioned the car champ bonus. I get that as well. When you're rank 6 or above, you get $800 towards a luxury vehicle. I drive a Jeep Wrangler because I'm just that kind of gal. That's what I wanted. The big old black, like on a lift, huge tires. It's bad AWS. Just saying. That's what I wanted. But like my girlfriend, like she has a Mercedes. We have other people that have Teslas. Everybody chooses a little, people choose something different. We also have company profit sharing. I don't know where you work. I don't know all the people on this call. I don't know where you work. I don't know if they offer company profit sharing. Most places don't. Pruvit does. Once you hit rank 7 or above, you start earning company profit sharing. If you got that $500 cash bonus in your first 30 days, guess what you get? An extra share of company profit. So that's why those first 30 days, like it has a long-term benefits if you can hit those bonuses. Super important. Let's see, what other bonuses? Honestly, Pruvit puts out contests, all kinds of things. There's so many different ways you could spend. We could do an hour-long Zoom just on all the different ways you can earn money with Pruvit. So let's talk a little bit about why this team, okay? I mean, apparently there are other teams. I'm not aware. I don't know. All I know is this team is the thing. Like this is the team that's on fire. So this team alone, from 2015 to 2019, has done over $1 million in sales in 4 years. Okay, because we only have to 2019. Over $1 million in sales. We have customers and promoters in all 6 of these countries listed. We have over 10,500 promoters and over 300 car bonus champions on this team. This is the team, you guys. And the reason it is because this team is about support. They're about education. They're about resources, encouragement. Like this is the team that like a week ago today, my father passed away. This team showed up for me. Oh, and I'm trying not to cry. This team showed up for me so huge with calls and cards. They sent food to my house because they know my favorite barbecue place. Like they sent me food. They sent me necklaces. They sent me flowers and plants. And this team cares about each other. And this team has the hustle and the prowess that if you are wanting to build a business, they know how to help you and support you in those goals. So let's talk about what your income potential is. So this is all taken from Pruvit's income disclosure statement, okay? And I want to go over this just a little bit with you, so you don't misinterpret any of these numbers, because it's pretty. I bet there's some of you are like, I've never seen that before. That's cool. So this is in the income claim disclosure. Had to meet someone there. So you can actually access this at any time. This is from 2018 because we don't have 19s. We don't have 19s yet. Sorry, I'm getting messages over here. Making sure that I'm not doing something that I'm not supposed to. Okay, so this is our 2018. I'm going to go over a few different things. So as you come in, our company has 10 ranks and then legend. So we've got 10 ranks. When you come in, you're working towards rank 1. This is telling you that a rank 1 in Pruvit, the average annual income is $246.57. I'm not good at math. Lindsay, would this have made you your $20 a month? Yeah? Okay, because I don't do math. If you're on this team, you know math is not my specialty. Okay, with a high, so if you're rank 1, the high amount reported in 2018 was $15,494 a year annual, okay? And that goes up as you go along, and you can read through these. One that I do want to just, because it looks a little wonky, is rank 5. So on this, it says rank 5, an average of $876 a month, but it has a high of $827,000 for the year. That is because in 2018 and before, when you came in with a promoter pack, you were all automatically a rank 5. So that kind of skewed the numbers for 2018. But what I want you to look at is the rank 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of these as a whole, because it tells you what the average is, and then it tells you what the high is. Now, here's the thing. Some people are going to join Pruvit, and they're not going to make $1. That just happens. Some people are going to buy ketones, and they're never going to drink them. Raise your hand if you're a promoter on this call and someone's bought ketones and never drank them. Right? Like it happens, right? So that's why I said when I was telling you my story, if you want to make a run for this business, you show up to calls, you go to events, take the coaching, learn to attract people to you, use the process, the simple, attract, connect, enroll. Attract, connect, enroll. You do it over and over and over, no matter if you just got started or you're a legend, you're going to do those same steps. And these are the income potential that you have, that we had in 2018. We don't have the 2019 numbers as of yet. Also, just want to say that there is no cap, right? Like there's no cap on this. So where it says rank 10 in 2018, the high was 2,026,000. This is an industry that there is no cap. It's not like, okay, well, I'm working at this factory and I'm getting to middle management, upper management. Oh, upper management, I hit the top. You're never going to go any higher. That you've hit your max. In this industry, there is no cap. You can keep going and going and going. You can keep adding and adding to your income as it goes. Let's see. Oh, personally, I've gotten a message. Somebody wanted to know. So I'm a rank 8. In the company, in the top 3% of our company. That's where Jason and I are right now. That is our rank, but that has a lot to do with our work ethic and being leadable, teachable, coachable. That is very, very important. Let's see. Oh, I was also going to say on that last slide, a question that we get a lot is, can you outrank people that brought you in? Can you make more money than people who brought you in to the business? Absolutely, and we hope every single one of you do. I literally, every time I get a new partner on my team, I think, I hope you crush me. I hope you zoom past me and you hit legend, I hope your paycheck is 3 times mine. Like, that's what we hope for you. And that is possible. So I have outranked many people who have come in before me in my lineage. I call it my Prover family tree. I have mamas and grandmas and great-grandmas and great-grandpas and all that. I have outranked some of them and out-earned some of them, and that's okay. And they're okay with that. So that's kind of how this business works. It's really about your work ethic and how much you're willing to put into it. So let's talk a little bit about, is network marketing a viable source of income? Because sometimes you'll hear people say like, oh, is that one of them things? I don't know, Vaughn. That sounds like one of them things. I don't know about that. Isn't that one of them pyramid schemes? Like, we hear that all the time. And that, not all the time. I actually have never had anybody say that to me, to be quite honest. In 3 years, no one's ever said that to me. But apparently somewhere out there, people have said that. But a pyramid scheme is illegal. So no, like that. A pyramid scheme is no, just people exchanging money, and it's completely illegal. This is not like that. We have a product to offer people. And network marketing is actually a lot of billionaires. If you went to ask them, you know, if you had to start all over again, what industry would you join to make the money the fastest? And many of them would say network marketing. We've got Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Anthony Robbins, all billionaires that are extremely supportive of this industry and actually give a lot of advice in the industry as well. So we're almost through here. I'm going to talk a little bit about tools and resources, because once you join, you're not on your own. It's not like you click join as a promoter and then we're like, okay, good luck to you. See you later. You get all these awesome resources and tools. You get your own website, a back office cloud where you can track all of your bonuses, your commissions, your customers. You get tons of videos and tutorials, training calls, company Facebook groups, team Facebook groups, company support, community support, events, like, and this is just the beginning. Like, we're adding more resources all the time. Our goal for people joining our team is that your focus should just be on attracting people to the conversation, teaching you how to tell your story, not be a salesperson holding up your keto on Facebook and saying, hey, buy my ketones, but more about like, what is your story? Like, how is it impacting you? What did you love about Lindsay's story or my story that you can share with other people? So it's teaching you to be a storyteller more than anything, and attract people to you. And then following the process. Attract, connect, enroll. So simple. Can't say it enough. Lastly, I'm going to show you this picture. It has a whole bunch of us on here. I don't think there's any possible way to show all the teams on here. It'd be crazy. But I had to share this quote with you all from Zig Ziglar. It says, you don't have to be great to get started. You just have to start to be great, right? Because every single person on our team started in the same place, somewhere between scared and nervous, all of us. Many of us worried that I can't do this because I'm not an expert. I don't think my friends will be into it. I don't want to be a salesperson. I'm an introvert. I don't like social media. Ooh, I hate those party things. I can't afford the promoter pack. I don't have time to fit this into my day. Like, I could go on and on and on with all the reasons of why all of us considered not doing this. But what we found is that we leaned on the community. We trusted the process, we took the coaching, and we moved towards greatness. This conversation right now, y'all, it is fire. It is fire. Everyone is talking about keto. The ketogenic diet is the most Googled nutritional term on the internet right now. And the thing is, you guys, in 10 years, is it still? I don't know, because it's very difficult and it is very hard to sustain a ketogenic diet. But what I will tell you that will never go out of fashion is ketosis. Ketosis and the benefits of being in ketosis, because it's real science, that will never, ever, ever go out of fashion. And we are the only path to sustainable therapeutic ketosis. We are the only path. We hold the potion. So now is a great time to lock arms with us, partnering with us to create the impact, create the legacy. But right now, I just want to thank each and every one of you, whether you're watching on the Zoom or the Facebook Live, which, by the way, if you're watching on the Facebook Live, I cannot see any of your comments. I will go back and talk to you all later. Love you. But thank you so much. Get with the person who invited you to this call. And what I can tell you in closing, it's February 13th. How many people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions? Lots and lots and lots of people have given up. They tried the keto diet and it was too hard. They're going to the gym less and less every week. This is the time. This is your window. This is your chance. And we would all be so honored to have you partner with us. I hope to see each and every one of you on our next training Zoom as a brand new prover ready to rock and roll and help your family and friends get into better health. I hope to see you bright-eyed and ready to share the conversation like all of us, and somewhere between scared and nervous, because that's completely normal. We all been there. So thanks so much. Thanks again to Lindsay and Vaughn for sharing your story. I hope you all have an amazing evening.